War does not begin with explosions. It begins with alignment. Across the world, ancient systems shift, not reacting, not panicking, preparing. Naruto feels it the moment he opens his eyes. The ocean beneath him is calm, but it is no longer neutral. Every current pulls inward, like the world itself is holding a breath. He stands at the boundary waters, heart release pulsing low and steady beneath his chest. The fire inside him is quiet, too quiet. The first current materializes beside him, slower than usual. "They've started moving," Naruto says. "Yes," the current replies. "All kingdoms have entered positional phase." Naruto exhales. "So this is it." There will be no more warnings. Far away, the Earth Kingdom. Entire mountain ranges shift as defensive plates realign. Cities carved into stone retract inward. Gravity seals engage along fault lines older than shinobi history. The Earth Council gathers beneath a ceiling of floating rock. The anchors have
"Destabilize the cycle," an arbiter says. Another answers coldly. "Then the cycle must be concluded." In the Fire Kingdom, Ignivar burns brighter than ever. The Fire King stands atop his obsidian dais, flame banners coiling above him like living crowns. His generals kneel in silence. "The water anchors survived the confrontation," one reports. The Fire King is not surprised. "And the second anchor?" he asks. "Awakened, unstable, unaligned." A slow smile spreads across the Fire King's face. "Perfect." He steps forward. "Begin Phase 2, he commands. "Deploy Crown Legions. Activate Convergence routes." He pauses. "And locate the collision site." Back at sea, Naruto kneels at the water's edge, both hands submerged, grounding himself. The ocean responds instantly, supportive but tense. Hinata approaches quietly. "You're carrying too much," she says. Naruto doesn't look up. Someone has to. She kneels beside him. "You don't have to decide the fate of every kingdom alone." Naruto finally turns. "If I don't," he says calmly, "someone worse will." The first current drifts closer. Fire will force convergence. Earth will fortify. Wind has disengaged completely. Naruto's eyes narrow. "And water?" The current hesitates. "Water will fracture." The words hit harder than any attack. Naruto stands. "Then we don't wait." The current sharpens. "Moving now will mark you as hostile to all kingdoms." Naruto nods. "I know." He looks toward the horizon. "But if I stay still, fire decides the future." A deep vibration ripples through the sea. Not an attack, a signal. The water splits, revealing an ancient structure rising from the abyss, half stone, half crystal, scarred by burn marks that never healed. Naruto's breath slows. This place. The first current confirms. The first collision site, where fire and water erased a world. The structure pulses once, then again. Naruto clenches his fists. They're reactivating it. Yes, as a declaration. Far away, the signal propagates. Fire answers. Stone stabilizes. Wind remains silent. Naruto steps forward. If that node completes, the cycle will enforce resolution, the current finishes. Naruto exhales slowly. Then we shut it down. Hinata grabs his arm. "That's a convergence point," she warns. "You could trigger it just by standing there." Naruto meets her gaze. "I already triggered it by existing." He steps onto the water. The first current flows into him, not controlling, not suppressing, guiding. "This confirms your alignment," it warns. "You will no longer be neutral." Naruto smirks faintly. "I stopped being neutral when fire decided to rule." The ancient structure glows brighter. Above the sea, a rift opens. Firelight bleeds through reality itself. Naruto feels it immediately. He's watching, Naruto mutters.
Of course, the current replies. He wanted you here. Naruto doesn't slow. Good. The sea goes unnaturally still as Naruto steps onto the collision site. Pressure builds. Fire hums beneath his skin. Stone locks the structure in place. Every force converges toward a single moment. Deep beneath the platform, something ancient begins to wake. Naruto plants his feet. All right, he says calmly. Let's fix what happens when worlds collide. Far away, within living flame, the Fire King smiles. Now, he whispers, we see what kind of king you truly are. The collision site awakens, not violently, precisely. The ancient structure beneath Naruto's feet locks into place with a sound that isn't stone grinding, but systems aligning. Symbols across its surface ignite, not with chakra, but with law. Fire, water, earth, three forces acknowledged. Naruto feels it instantly. Not pain, authority. The air thickens. The ocean freezes mid-current, suspended like glass. Even firelight from the rift above dims, forced into alignment. The first current stiffens inside Naruto. This node was never meant to be entered by a living anchor. Naruto exhales slowly. Yeah, he says. I'm figuring that out. The structure reacts. A pulse surges upward, slamming into Naruto's chest. Heart release flares, but instead of expanding, it compresses. Fire tightens. Water hardens. Naruto grunts, dropping to one knee. This isn't balance, he growls. It's containment. Correct. A voice speaks. Not fire, not water, not earth. It comes from everywhere. Anchor convergence confirmed. The ocean trembles. The sky fractures wider. From the fire rift, a silhouette forms. Vast, crowned, burning with controlled inevitability. The Fire King does not step through. He projects. You made it, he says calmly. I wondered if you'd run. Naruto pushes himself upright. You wanted me here, Naruto replies. Say it. The Fire King smiles. Of course. He gestures outward. This site is where hesitation died, he continues. Where water chose erasure instead of dominance. Naruto's eyes harden. And you survived by turning imbalance into doctrine. Yes, the Fire King agrees without shame. And it worked. The structure hums louder. Earth sigils activate beneath the platform, locking gravity vectors in place. Naruto feels it. They're stabilizing the node, he realizes. Earth's reinforcing the convergence. The first current confirms. Fire initiates. Earth stabilizes. Water absorbs consequences. Naruto clenches his fists. So I'm the sacrifice. The Fire King tilts his head. No, he says softly. You are the test. The structure pulses again. A second presence slams into the node. Uncontrolled, violent. Fire erupts from below, tearing through water pressure like a scream finally released. Naruto spins. The sea ignites. Standing within the flames is the second anchor, the Fire Sovereign. Their chakra lashes outward erratically, cracking the platform with every breath. Fire bleeds into water, warping reality around them. Their eyes lock onto Naruto. You brought me here, they snarl. Naruto raises his hands slowly. No, he says. They did. The Fire King's projection watches calmly. Welcome, he says to the Sovereign. This is where truth settles. The Fire Sovereign's aura spikes. You chained me, they roar. You broke me to keep your crown. The Fire King does not deny it. And you would have burned the world, he replies. I refined you. Naruto steps between them instinctively. That's enough. The structure reacts violently. Pressure spikes. Fire surges. Water constricts. Earth locks. The first current screams inside Naruto. You cannot stand between anchors at a convergence node. Naruto grits his teeth. Watch me. He reaches outward, not with chakra, but with intent. Heart release responds. Fire slows. Water steadies. For half a second, the system hesitates. The Fire King's eyes narrow. Interesting, he murmurs. The Fire Sovereign stares at Naruto. You're not suppressing me, they whisper. You're listening. Naruto meets their gaze, because no one ever did. The node alarms. Convergence deviation detected. The structure begins pulling inward, forcing resolution. The Fire King steps closer to the rift. This is the moment, he says. Choose. Naruto looks around. If he stabilizes the node, fire dominates. Earth enforces. Water erases. If he disrupts it, the cycle collapses. Worlds fracture. Millions die. The Fire Sovereign's voice cracks. If we don't break this, they say, it will break everything else. Naruto closes his eyes. Heart release pounds, steady, heavy, real. So, that's the truth, Naruto whispers. There was never a clean option. The first current's voice is strained. Anchors were never meant to save the world. They were meant to decide how it ends. Naruto opens his eyes. Then he steps forward. Not toward the Fire King, not toward the Sovereign, but toward the core of the node. Then I reject the system, Naruto says calmly. All of it. The Fire King's expression hardens. You don't have the authority. Naruto places his hand on the core. I wasn't asking. Heart release detonates, not outward, but inward. Fire and water synchronize perfectly. The structure screams. Earth sigils crack. The node destabilizes. The Fire Sovereign gasps as their flames stabilize completely, controlled, whole. The Fire King shouts for the first time, Stop! Too late. The node fractures, not exploding, rewriting. The sea surges back to life. The sky seals. The rift collapses violently. The Fire King's projection shatters mid-command. The structure sinks, disabled but intact. Silence crashes down. Naruto collapses to one knee, gasping. The Fire Sovereign stares at their hands. I can breathe, they whisper. The first current materializes, shaken. You have broken the convergence protocol. Naruto looks up, exhausted. Good. Far away, across every kingdom, ancient alarms activate. Not for war, for unknown outcome. The Fire King stands alone in Ignivar, fists clenched. He chose annihilation over control, he growls. A general kneels. What now, my king? The Fire King smiles, slow, dangerous. Now, he says, we hunt him. Naruto stands at the edge of the sea, fire and water calm within him. Behind him, the Fire Sovereign steps closer. They'll come for us, they say. Naruto nods. I know. He looks toward the horizon. But next time, his eyes sharpen. We don't react. The ocean begins to move.